Okay guys, so this is 29th of January 2026 and we are gonna be reviewing the tasks which I gave today and the answers to them. We'll be looking at the members' answers and we'll be going over the I mean easy projection today. I would say not complex but not too easy, but yeah, easy from the daily higher time frames is what I would say at least. So yeah, let's get into it. NQ daily, I was very desperate to trade shorts from yesterday itself. चल जा मैं मार चला दूंगा गले वाले नीचे continuous days of expansion from this day 1 2 3 into a relevant swing, and that too aligning with my favorite weekly profile, setting up the best framework for it. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, so Thursday tells me to trade back at least till previous delay as a retracement day, capping the weekly range. Obviously, I wouldn't have traded it all the way till there, but at least there, maybe till there, but at least there. So daily charts idea was shorts. क्या बोल रहा है इसके साथ एक second. हाँ ये रहा. Somebody had asked a doubt about ERL to IRL, so I just gave him a live example that if NQ closes as a strong bullish candle, setting up for my condition that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday expanding into a relevant swing. Thursday I can trade counter, Thursday counter weekly profile. ERL to IRL I was trying to explain this idea. Yes, same, reaching into a relevant swing, rejecting off of there. So yeah, but not just previous day low. I had this as my objective. This was more so failure swing to that. This as my objective. NQ it was 28th Jan's low. PS it was 27th Jan's low. 27th. Eh? In ES this was my draw. In NQ this was my draw. YM I had no clarity. Simply no clarity. This is something I have marked now, but before that I still have no clarity over YM. Vice versa for RTY. They are simply ranging for me. So either reach there or either reach there. Then my participation criteria starts. This is my battlefield, I can say. This is what I could call an actionable market to me. Either when price reaches there or there. So simply no participation until price reaches there or there. So I simply didn't look at them much. Just going on to NQ. Individual framework too good, yes. Next day should expand away. It was, but as it created this SMT 89 as it created this SMT with current high of the day with ES. So then we have to look over ES as an asset which actually sweeps that high. So to let us know if we can actually use this SMT and can trade away from this or not. ES left this here, but more so how we can view this. I was looking at it on a 15-minute perspective, was rather a range than a reversal of from there. So I cannot trust this SMT, so that's why I cannot trust that SMT over NQ. Couldn't trade away from this because the asset that actually hit this wasn't moving away from this. I was rather considering this more so as a range expansion into consolidation type thing, not expansion into reversal. But if I can force a bit, which I do not want to, but let's see. Previous day for years set a good framework to look shorts. And objective still open. And current day is aligning for a small weekday open and just this much. right? We, but I don't want to. But post this candle, if I was looking at it from my phone after it happened, that if I could have used this to tell myself if it is to view this more so in this way, as reaching there, then going, then creating a continuation mode. But somewhere I still feel do not overcomplicate and do not mess up your process just based off the result of one position. Analyze it, assess it over a base of at least 10, 20, 30 positions and leave, and do not change anything just based off one single position. But somewhere I do feel that could have been considered due to ES previous days framework. Had this been just this the most extreme high and not the high where a continuation could form, had this been the most extreme high, then 100% I would always wait for range low or high to be swept. But this was already when we can trust framing away from this high, and then around 9:30. I mean, this is somewhat tweaking the process, but conditional or situational thing. If we clear the chart as much as we can, and just off of this, its individual framework, let's look at it. Reverse from previous day, next day, open high, and continuation. This is something which kind of is bothering me, and now we can consider this as bearish daily profile and can 8:30, ये नहीं देखा था मैंने 8:30 था. Now better. 8:30 was unemployment claims and this much willingness, and then using the asset which I actually wanted to claim. Now I do feel yes, tweaking the process with the validation of this 8:30 driver now could have been done. My preference was NQ, but not until I get confirmation from ES that yes, is reversing off of here. But why I am still trying to tweak the process where I normally I would do this, which is exactly what I did today, waiting for this and this, but tweaking the process due to the conviction in the framework from daily chart, just one sided, one directional move is what I'm anticipating, and that too with the profile I expertise most in, the Thursday counter profile. The best hit rate I have on any profile is on Thursday counter. So convictional daily bias, one-sided bias, and RTY I am not messing today so that they can mess up NQES's idea. NQES both tell only shots, and previous days framework of ES too good. Yes, we can look for next day short. So then maybe forcing it a bit justify, and then this manipulation which you can consider the continuation leg of the day at 8:30. So if not full risk position, but some position could have been put on using this, not on ES but on NQ. This is what I was looking, but I didn't take it due to my that reason of ES. This is the my reason for not taking this again ES. So all it ends up at yes, and now I do think yes, some position could have been put on, not full position. So even if this tweaking fails, you are not -1 hour down, you're down about 0.6 or 5 hour. This is something which I am totally against, trying to predict to which side the range will break and get the breakout before it actually does. But situational case, previous days framework so good, daily chart so good, and the weekly profile totally aligning for your direction, no conflicting bias, and not YMRTY not messing up with NQES direction. NQES totally aligning together with the same idea. ES setting up good framework the previous day. 8:30 manipulation with that much conviction immediately after could be considered. If not full risk, then at least half. Wait a minute. I want to see something. Go down. Go down. If I were to use this from there, I could see this as a reversal from there. And what I would have wanted, immediate continuation away. Then I would have said NQ is right. And no, not this. Could have been considered from here. Doesn't have. Fails to close below. Then we can, yes. Because we were okay, we could have been okay framing this as the high of the day, framing this as assuming this as prices reversing from there. Now we are okay to look for next continuation signature so that we can properly confirm our idea of ES reversing from there. Then using this same structure on NQ to frame an entry. So looking for this structure here, valid, but it fails to close. Then that makes a sense for it reaching for that high. But if it would not have shown immediate willingness, then you can 100% view this as a range bound market. But it shows immediate willingness plus that too on a driver based time. 8:30 manipulates and creates a posing leg. Then the continuation leg away from this has formed. Now I do think, yeah, I could have performed better, but maybe because me and Mumbai were deeply discussing a thing, and I wasn't much actively looking at charts. So I had made that plan here onwards that Mumbai simply arrange. Tell me when ES breaks this. Mumbai was sitting on my chair, I wasn't. But I still wanted to review, yes. Here I didn't look deeply, just was standing, and yeah, now I do think, even though not full risk position on NQ, but at least 0 points or 70% of your normal risk worthy, because of that so many factors are already listed, and this on itself looked 100% frameable. 100%. When I say AM would take it, that means something. ओम भाई तो अब लेंगे, अभी देखते हैं क्या बोलते हैं, ES या NQ हो रहे हैं. Now I do think, yeah, but even after it actually happened, was there any possibility? Yes, there was. हाँ याद है मेरे को. Now the reason for that, इसको छोड़ो. Price hit the objective in NQ. Yes, the objective is still pending, right? So we were considering this as a range, right? Leave this, considering this as a range, and you can see it has spent so much time within the range. And I love when there is a ranging price action before my entry. That means price is in a small range cycle. So when the time of my entry comes, it is a much high probability state that it could be in a large range cycle. Prices, either ranging or either expanding. The price breaking this range, not immediately returning back, showing yes, now is the time for large ranges. And when price, rarely this happens, but when price spends so much time, when it breaks, if not immediately returns, it won't retrace much back then. Like expand this much, retrace this much, expand this much, retrace this much. And most of the times it won't even give you time so that you can actually capitalize again on the retracement. It happens so fast till the drop. And that is what exactly we could have used. This is exactly, you can see price not returning back, and the framework, this framework is in the play. Draw is open. Now one thing, again tweaking the process, but due to having so much conviction in the draw and having only one directional bias, you can tweak your process only when you have convictional one directional bias, no conflicting bias, no asset having opposite bias of what you are trying to frame. NQES were the only pick, and both were saying bullish, bearish, and the daily chart was screaming bearish. And when the lower time frame aligns, the ranging to expansion, small retracement again starts to expand. Draw is still open. Now, what is the actual tweaking in the process? Average daily range 66 points, right? At least, and this is qualified for a quality expansion day, and this is a low hanging fruit objective. Price won't just expand only this on a quality expansion day when it has ranged or retraced the whole day. If this is the amount of retracement on whole day, at least twice should be the expansion, right? But leave it. So we can frame past the objective till there at least, right? So framing this till there, way past the objective due to the conviction, due to having conviction in bias, justified. 2 hour I cannot say, but yeah, I would have surely looked to take something off here 100%. Maybe I would have held till your 2 hour, yes, as I would want 10 AM to expand away from this. And yes, and this, अल्लाह नहीं इसको डैश डैश अल्लाह यही खराब वाकई नहीं सारे खराब. अब क्या करूँ मैं? बाहर निकल पाएगा इससे? रीलोड कर सकती है रीलोड. Okay, when this candle prints prior to 10 AM, I would obviously want 10 AM to expand away from this range, because I would want this, how I would want this to form, small range to then large range, at least one hourly candle expanding away. If it is not returning, I would not want it to return, then either return or either expand away. And a quality expansion day, we can expect, right? We can expect something from a quality expansion day, obviously, which is aligned for the daily chart. 1-2 hourly candles, same direction, and prior to that was clearly ranging, properly set. So holding till 2 hours could have been considered. Way past it, I do not think I would have. This is the second setup or one of those two setups which could have been played today. So yeah, good job him भाई. बट क्या आपने एवरेज डेली वाला रेंज वाला चीज़ कंसिडर करा था पार्शियल एनी टाइम, या ऐसे ही कहीं हवा में ले लिया, क्योंकि नॉर्मली आई डोंट इवन टेक अ पोजिशन व्हेन द ऑब्जेक्टिव इज विद इन 1.5 आवर्स रेंज. दिस वॉज नॉट इवन 1 hour. ऑप्टिमाइज इंटरव्यू, ठीक है, वो भी अच्छा है. Anyhow, but I would immediately execute because I am already expecting it to not retrace much. Expand, small retrace, again expand. So I would sacrifice this much of an entry for this reward. And days like these don't come often. I would rather miss up on this much better fail. You also learned your mistake. I also learned, but I could have done better. This is something I completely missed because I wasn't home. Mumbai को फोन निकल पड़े थे हम किस मोमेंट पे. इनक्यू ने कब हिट करा प्रीवियस चलो यार, प्रीवियस चलो, हाँ वैसे ही चल पड़े थे हम. मुंबई चलो, इसके भी कितनी देर बाद बनी है, 5 और 10, रास्ते में था. नो वेरी, मुंबई के लिए सेक्रीफाइस थोड़ा कर सकते हैं कभी कभी, क्योंकि डिस्कशन ज़रूरी थी आज. अब टास्क रिव्यू की बारी. इसमें कोई डाउट? भाई मैं भी देख रहा था, बट ओबी की वजह से नहीं दिया है, मतलब अभी भाई लास्ट मैच यू परफॉर्म, लास्ट क्वेश्चन यू सेइंग व्हाट हैपनिंग. ये जो आपने तब लिखा था मैंने पढ़ा, मेरे को तब भी समझ नहीं आया. मैंने सोचा आपसे जैसे मैं पूछूंगा, मुझे वो भी कम, वही तो एक्चुअली पॉइंट है. अच्छा, आप यू आर सेइंग दिस रेंज स्मॉल है ना, शूटर सेइंग. आ रहा हूँ आ रहा हूँ, आ जाओ आ जाओ. और वही, ओ वो भी ना रिकॉर्डिंग भी हो रही है, अपनी हाजिरी लगा दो सर. प्रेजेंट प्रेजेंट. गाइस लुक हु हैज प्रेजेंट. हेलो गाइस, हाउ आर यू. अच्छा, उसके बाद एक और एंट्री बन गई यार, जो मैंने एनक्यू M15 मैंने बोला ना क्या करनी है, भागी गई उसका वर्दी एंट्री. मैं नहीं लूंगा भाई, मैं तो लेता यार, मेरी दो हो गई. अच्छा आप तुम्हें भी छोड़ने आया था. हाँ, जब वापिस आया तब तो वो हो चुकी थी, हिम भाई ने बोल ली है. अच्छा मेरी बात सुनो, देखना एनक्यूएस, मैं नहीं बोल रहा एनक्यू ही है, ईएस ही जो मन किया वो ले लो. मतलब जो आप नॉर्मली ईएस लेते तो ईएस डालना, एनक्यू लेते एनक्यू डालना. अपने सेक्शन में डालो जा, हाँ मेरे में डाल जा, मेरे अपने में डाल. हाँ भाई, ओके आया आया. आगे वैसे 10 बजे से भी पहले आए ना. ओ ये ओम भाई को बताना कैसे रह गया, आदि भाई हैज हिमसेल्फ रिक्वेस्टेड टू स्पीक. आदि भाई को समझ नहीं लगा. इनफ रेंज, अच्छा इनफ रेंज कह रहे थे, बट आई फील इट इज इनफ यार. अब इनफ मैं इतना नहीं चाहूँगा ना, दैट वुड बी डीप रिट्रेसमेंट जो मैं अभी नहीं चाहूँ. दैट वुड बी वैलिड, बट दैट cancels but my idea with changing conditions are when price spends too much time within the range and the day is set to expand in either direction, and price breaks through one end, it won't spend time much retracing because it has actually spent time doing nothing. So when it starts doing what it is supposed to do, it would spend very less time doing what it is not supposed to do. समझे. और ये रिट्रेस वैसे यहाँ से कर रहा है, अगर आप देख रहे हो यहाँ तक नहीं, पर स्टिल अगर इसको ही कंसिडर करो तब भी मैं बोलूँगा इनफ है. एक्चुअली में तो एक्सपैंडेड टिल देयर देन रिट्रेस्ड है ना, बट जस्ट क्लोजर टू हाई देखो तो दिस, अभी इसको उठाऊं, अब ये इनफ लग रहा है ना, ये इनफ नहीं लग रहा है ना, ये इनफ नहीं है, डिफरेंस दिख रहा है ना। आई 9:30 विलिंगनेस भी तो देखो सर आप, हाउ 9:30 एंटर्स इनटू द मार्केट, अग्रेसिवनेस कंजर्वेटिवनेस डिपेंड करता है उस पर। दिस इज अ फ्रेमवर्क आई कैन गेट टू अग्रेसिव, मतलब यू नॉट नीड टू बी कंजर्वेटिव ऑलवेज, क्योंकि समटाइम्स यू नीड टू, है ना, शूट दैट शॉट, हमेशा कंजर्वेटिव रेस, दैट मीन्स you lack confidence or you are underprepared. Being conservative when the framework is simply not there for you is justified, but being conservative always isn't justified. That means you simply lack preparation. Having lack of confidence, lack of clarity also indicates lack of preparation. Having hesitation or arrival of doubts when you are doing what you are supposed to do also indicates lack of preparation. You would have done something thousands or 10,000 lakhs of time, you wouldn't hesitate doing it for one more time. But if you would just have done it for 2 3 times, you would hesitate for the fourth time maybe. सेम सेटअप को मैंने इन डेप्थ सोचो 1 घंटा लगाया, वैसे सेम सेटअप 10 20 बार पढ़े होंगे, 11वीं बार मेरे को वैसा दिखेगा, ऐसे मैंने मिस करे होंगे ना, लाइक एक्चुअली रिवर्स इंजीनियर हाउ आई गेन माई क्लैरिटी, है ना। मैं बोलता हूँ रिवर्स इंजीनियरिंग मैं यूज़ करता हूँ, यू पीपल शुड यूज एज वेल, हाउ आई वुड हैव गेन्ड क्लैरिटी, कि मैं ये चीज़ आपको मूव समझा रहा हूँ, ये मूव मैंने भी 10 बार मिस करा होगा, राइट। 10 बार मिस करने का रीज़न ढूंढा होगा कि डे तो वैलिड था बट हाउ आई कुड हैव पॉसिबली फ्रेम्ड, तब देखा होगा कि ऐसी कंडीशंस कब मैंने हाँ बोलनी है और कब नहीं लेनी। नॉर्मली आप बोलोगे मेरे को देखते हैं कि टू लो इन द रेंज, बट तब कंडीशंस कुछ और होती है ना। अब क्या है, रेंजिंग टू देन एक्सपैंड, तब मैं कंसिडर करूँगा। ये भी मैंने 10 बार स्टडी कर करके करा होगा, तब 11वीं बार ये आया होगा, तब आई वुडेंट हेजिटेट, राइट। ऑलवेज अ नंबर गेम, कोई भी चीज़ हो, डूइंग इट फॉर द 999 टाइम यू वोंट हेजिटेट, बट डूइंग इट फॉर द सेकंड थर्ड फोर्थ टाइम यू वुड हेजिटेट। जस्ट इंक्रीज द नंबर ऑफ प्रैक्टिस अमाउंट, इंक्रीज द अमाउंट ऑफ टाइम स्पेंड इन प्रैक्टिस। अब टास्क रिव्यू, ये ठीक है ना आदि भाई, अब डन सीन है। या टास्क रिव्यू के लिए रिकॉर्डिंग ऑफ करके ऑन करूँ, ताकि जिसने सिर्फ टास्क वाले आंसर देखने हैं वो देख पाए, है ना। आई फील दिस इज अ बेटर टेक, कि उसको ये, जिसने सिर्फ ये देखना और पूरे टास्क वाला नहीं देखना वो सिर्फ ये दे पाए, जिसने सिर्फ टास्क वाला देखना वो सिर्फ टास्क वाला दे पाए, है ना। पूरा ढूंढते होने से बेटर है वीडियो ही चेंज। टास्क देखो तो सही कौन सी थी, मैंने टोटल ले ली एक, इसका थोड़ा आंसर दे दिया बट ये 2 4 3 4, 4 में से लगाओ 3 ही करने हैं लगभग, बट हाँ, और अगर डाउट सेक्शन से भी कोई इनसे रिलेटेड हो उठा लूँगा। ओके।